Hello and welcome to your Erin Method online studio. Whether you're finding me here on YouTube or you're finding me here on my membership platform, this is where the magic happens. It is absolutely always where the magic happens. I'm going to ask for your forgiveness in advance. We have a lot of planes overhead today. They are doing their practice runs. It's a nice sort of hot, humid morning. We just hit fall, here in Florida. So I'm sure this is going to be a nice sweaty practice, and I'm so excited to practice with you. I have also a free 7-day. If you're kind of just needing this like energy reset, you're noticing that, you're shifting from summer into fall, and you're just needing like a little energy reset. I have a 7-day free 7-day chakra yoga series. I'm going to put the link below, whether you're on my membership or you're here on YouTube. You can find the link to that below, a free 7-day chakra series yoga flow. So I'll just guide you through that one day at a time for 7 days, just mini little practices of yoga addressing each energy center, and then at nighttime giving you some journaling to do to go along with the program to help reset you mind, body, and spirit. So I am so excited to kind of just break into this with you. If you are on YouTube and you're wanting to practice with me more regularly, you can find the link below to join us in the Erin Method online studio. And of course, if you're watching this inside of my Erin Method online studio, then you know how good it is, and you know how much I love you and how thankful I am that you're here. And I'm just excited to upload something new. It's been a little while, so let's get down to business. Let's dive in. We're going to start by just finding a nice, comfortable seated position here. We don't need any props today, but if you have blocks, I do always recommend having them nearby, just in case you find that you're having like a day where you might be a little extra stiff or a little extra tight, or maybe you're a little bit newer to the practice. You can have blocks nearby, and if I feel at any point throughout this yoga flow that it might be a good idea to cue you to use those blocks, I will absolutely do so. So let's go ahead and just take a moment to find your seat, to close your eyes, and let's just start to find a nice steady, what we call samavriti breath. And that's an equal part inhale to exhale. And it can be really helpful to use a count as you're inhaling and exhaling, and that will help you match your inhale and exhale, that they are equal. And most people really do well with starting with that 4 count. So as you're inhaling, you could inhale to 4, and then as you're exhaling, you can exhale to 4, and just start to find that rhythm between your inhale and your exhale. Whenever there's planes overhead and they're doing their practice days, it's always a nice reminder for me to find that quiet on the inside, to find that calm and that centeredness that really helps us stay anchored in the middle of chaos. And I don't know what's going on for you in your life right now, but I do know that we all go through seasons of hardship and heartbreak and chaos. We go through seasons of prosperity and fruitfulness and joy and new life, and all of these things are a part of the human experience. And whether we're elated with joy or we are in despair, there's one thing that is the same. We have to know how to stay rooted at our center, rooted down into a grounded state that we can rise up. And you'll hear me say that a lot through practice today. Root to rise. And you'll notice we always have to root before we rise. We root and then we rise. I'm just taking one more breath here. Taking a moment to set your own personal intention. And then you can bring that soft gaze. So whether you're outside like me or you're inside, bringing that soft gaze into your surroundings. We're going to inhale to sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, sweep high. And one more round. Exhale to the right. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale to the left. Inhale, sweep high. And as you exhale, release your hands in front of you and just start to gently walk your hands in front of you all the way down until you find a very gentle forward fold, maybe resting on the forearms, maybe resting on your forehead. Breathing here. On your inhale, slowly bring yourself back up to your seat. And I'm going to turn to the side. As you exhale, come out the back side of your pose, and we're going to find a little modified Navasana. So you can hold on to the backs of the legs. You could hold on to the knees. You could also extend the arms, and you could also extend the legs. And we're going to hold here, lifting the corners of your mouth, of course, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and as you exhale, bring your feet together, let your knees fall wide. So finding a butterfly, we'll scoop the flesh out from underneath. Inhale as you start to lift your heart and draw your elbows back, finding a little cow position in the spine. Exhale as you find a cat roll through the back. Inhale, once again, finding that cow shape. Exhale as you roll back into cat. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting up through the heart, lifting the chin. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale as you come back through center, and as you exhale, just a gentle leaning forward. I want you to think about lengthening through the lower back here. Finding length there first, and then lengthening into the middle back. Lengthening into the upper back, and then breathing into your hips for 5. Sometimes it's nice to pulse it out. 4. Sometimes if you move your head around, you'll notice your hips start to loosen up. 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you come all the way back to your seat, and then we're going to roll forward onto your hands and your knees and start to take some circles with your body to the right. Let's go 2 more here. And then coming up back to hands and knees for just some traditional cat-cow. Inhaling as you arch your back. Exhaling as you round it out. Okay, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to find a nice flat back position, and on your exhale, go ahead and tuck your toes and find a brief downward facing dog. Breathe here. And then slowly start to come down towards your tabletop, but this time we're going to let your right leg step to the back of your mat. And then find a hover in your back leg, okay? Just starting to build a little bit of heat. We're going to tap the toes and lift the leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let this right leg come up and hold it. And then option to extend your left arm forward and find a lot of length here. Find a lot of strength. Find stretch and space for 3, 2, 1. Release your left hand down and take your right foot across. So it's probably going to come off your mat. Start to shift your right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, and then look back at this left heel. I'm sorry, right heel. Breathing here, just gazing at that right heel at the back of your mat. 3, 2, 1. As you inhale, start to square your shoulders towards the top of your mat. You'll exhale, pull this right knee towards your right shoulder, and then find a little hover here for 3, 2, 1, and then extend your right foot off to the side. So I'm going to scooch over a little bit in case I just stepped out of the frame. Take a moment here to reach your right hand and find just a gentle twist and start to circle out that wrist. And then it's nice to also circle out the shoulder. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, come all the way up to stand facing forward, okay? Arms are extended out wide. Take an inhale, reach for the sky. As you exhale, bring the hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Let's roll the shoulders onto the back as you inhale. Begin to lift the heart. And press that left knee down for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, let your right arm slide down the right leg and find that nice big side bend. 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you sweep your right arm up. And as you exhale, release just your right hand down and find your twist to the left. So here we are with the left arm reaching high. Option to circle out that wrist and then circle out that shoulder. Take another deep breath in, reach for the sky. And as you exhale, thread the left arm underneath you. Come to rest on the left side of your face and then sweep your right arm around your low back and see if you can weave your fingers to the inner hip crease or inner thigh. Maybe even catch this right big toe with your peace fingers here on the left hand. And then breathe here as you start to peel that right shoulder open. Be mindful of your neck and keep this right quadricep engaged. Okay, we're here for 3. Really just flooding the shape with your breath and your presence. 2. 1. Inhale as you come back to your hands. And as you exhale, step your right knee back to tabletop. And we'll start to take some circles to the left. So keep going. I just want to make sure I didn't hit mute here. Okay. About 3 more circles there. And then we're going to move back to tabletop for either your traditional cat-cow, or you can start to spin your fingers externally. So you flip the arms external, so it's an external rotation. Okay, fingertips are pointing back. This is going to give you a little more stretch for the wrists. Inhale as you find that cow pose. I sometimes like to wag the tail here. And as you exhale, round it out for cat. Nice and slow, 2 more rounds. And then coming back to that nice flat back position. As you exhale, let's take a moment to sit back at the heels and just circle out the wrists. Shake it off. You can interlace and just find some figure 8s. And then we'll come into downward facing dog. Nice brief downward dog here, just breathing, maybe pedaling out the feet, shaking out the head, and just starting to really open up the calves and the ankles, and really the whole entire back of the body. And then slowly start to find your way back to tabletop, but this time we're going to step the left foot to the back of your mat, and then we'll find that hover here in the left leg. So keeping the wrists directly under the shoulders, we'll start to tap the left toes to the mat, and then we lift for 10 repetitions. 9, 8, 7, so building heat and strength. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hold it here. And then option to extend the opposite arm forward, finding space and strength and length for 3, 2. As you exhale, release your right hand down and then send that left leg across. So you're going to land on the ball of the foot, so you're actually opening up the toes, and you're more than likely going to step off the mat there. Let's send the left shoulder forward and the right shoulder back as you look back towards that left heel. It gets confusing because it's on the right side, but it's your left heel. We're here for 3, 2, really opening up that left side body. Now, as you inhale, start to square your shoulders towards the front of your mat. And as you exhale, pull your left knee towards your left shoulder and hover here and hold for 3, 2, 1. And then step your left leg over to the left. So you're going to find that extended leg variation. Root the right hand and reach the left hand up. Maybe circle out that wrist. Maybe circle out that shoulder. So I'm going to do my best to not talk as the planes go overhead, just in case you can't hear me. Let's take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, come all the way up to stand facing forward, extending both arms out to the side. Yeah? Let's inhale, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, take the hands behind you, interlace your fingers, opposite hand on top. Let's roll the shoulders back, breathing in, and then start to find that little heart opener here. Really root the right knee and the left heel. Inhale as you come back through center, sweep the arms high. And as you exhale, slide the left arm down the left leg and reach the right arm over. Find that side bend. I like to pulse a little bit, especially if it's in the morning and I'm feeling a little tight. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, releasing your hands to the mat. This time we're going to send your right hand to sky and just find this funky little twist. You can circle out your wrist and circle out your shoulder. And as you inhale, reach high. As you exhale, thread underneath the body, resting on the right side of the face. We'll take that left arm and wrap it around the lower back and maybe slide the fingertips inside the hip crease or the inner or the inner thigh. And just flooding your body with breath, flooding your body with presence. And as you inhale, come back to your hands. As you exhale, step your left knee in, back to tabletop. Let's go ahead and tuck your toes and find your downward facing dog. Breathe here. Beautiful. On your inhale, start to walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. Give it a half lift as you arrive. And as you exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, let your right arm lower down, left arm overhead to find that side body stretch. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. As you exhale, take the hands behind you. Okay, you can even move through a scarecrow. Take the hands behind you. Let's go right thumb on top. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, and as you exhale, start to forward fold. And then breathe and just allow your gravity and your breath to do the work here. So without pushing or forcing. And as you inhale, release your hands, lift your gaze, look forward. Exhale, walk your way towards plank pose. Pause in plank pose and start to pull your knees to your chest for 10, alternating right and left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower your knees and find puppy pose. So walk the hands forward. So sometimes it's the kind of day where we just need to rest at the forehead and maybe keep the palms flat. Okay, if you're feeling like you've got a lot more space going on in there and you want to utilize it, you can come up to the fingertips and you can even shift your gaze forward and lower the chin to the mat, maybe the chin and the chest. And then slowly, as you inhale, return to the forehead. If you were on the chin, start to walk your way back to tabletop and find downward dog. Let's walk the hands back towards the feet. As you inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, find your fold. Okay, inhale, rise up. Exhale, let your left arm lower down. Find that big side stretch to the left, reaching the right arm over. So I noticed that my shirt may have been hitting the microphone, so I just tried to tuck it in and hopefully it'll be a little more quiet for you. Inhale as you come back through center. So again, you might find that scarecrow here in the elbows. Take the arms behind you. This time bring the left thumb on top, Yogi Mudra bind. Inhale, roll the shoulders onto the back, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. And then breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk your way towards plank pose. Pause here in plank. And then start to take the knees to the opposite elbows. So left knee to right elbow and then right knee to left elbow and back and forth for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then find your plank. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let your knees lower down. Come to sit back on your heels and take a moment and just kind of feel the energy moving through your body right now. Yes, presence, all of it. Notice the energy moving through your arms. And that is what it feels like to get stronger. Okay, let's come back downward facing dog. We're going to start to move on into the sequence. And on the inhale, look forward. You can step or walk or jump your way to the top of the mat. Half lift as you get there. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise. Exhale, release your hands. Beautiful. So rooting down through the feet as you inhale, sweep the arms high. So root and rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, you can step, walk, or jump your way back to either plank or chaturanga. Maybe you lower to your belly. Okay, you can inhale for upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. Right leg to sky, inhale. Let your right knee bend and your right hip start to open. Let your head hang heavy. 3. See if you can keep your shoulders square. And as you inhale, straighten your right leg, square your hips. Exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Okay, inhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. And exhale, come down into Malasana. Take a moment, just breathe here. We're not here for very long. Inhale as you step back to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga or all the way down to your tummy. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then breathe here. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, let your knee bend, let your hip open. Just relax your head. See if you can keep those shoulders square. And on your inhale, lift your left leg, square your hips. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And as you exhale, lower down, Malasana, yogi squat. And then breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, step or hop to plank pose. You can exhale, lower down, chaturanga or tummy. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And come back to your breath. Sending your right leg to sky, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull your right knee to your chest and find a hover, and then just hold here for 3, 2, 1. Step your right foot in between your hands. Inhale to rise up, find high lunge. So if your back feels a little sore this morning, you can, or this afternoon or this evening, whatever time it is for you, you can sort of micro bend the back knee. And if you want to work some more strength in the legs, you can bend the knee a little deeper, really challenging the legs here. Feel the inner thighs hug towards the midline. See if you can bring the palms together and lift your eye gaze to the thumbs for 3, 2. As you exhale, release the hands to frame your front foot and send your right hand to sky and find your twist. Breathing here. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release your right hand down, and we're working into standing split. So starting to shift your weight into the right foot. Inhale, power up that back leg, and then just go easy here. So we're not going to push or force, but you're going to bring awareness to where the tension is. You're going to stay right there at the edge and massage it with your breath. Maybe even little tiny pulses. You can move the head around. It helps release other areas of the body for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift your gaze, look forward. And as you exhale, take a big step to the back of your mat. Okay? You're going to root this back foot for warrior 2 and then walk your hands to this upper left hand corner of your mat for humble warrior 2. So the idea here is that both legs work equal the same. So if you notice that you're too far apart in the legs, that your back leg isn't able to support you, you can step the leg in a little more. So shortening the distance between the front and the back leg. And then release the head below the heart. You have a very little amount of weight in the arms here. We're rooting down to the feet and activating the whole body for 3, 2, 1. As you inhale, walk the hands around to the left, all the way to the back of your mat. And then you're going to lower your back knee down. Okay, find your low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms high. And just breathe here. Breathing here. Just fixing my mic here. Let's take another deep breath in. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. So hooking this right elbow across the left thigh. Making sure that the inner thighs stay active enough that everything hugging towards the midline. Everything hugs toward the midline. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your hands. Okay, so tucking this back toe, lifting this knee. We're going to send this front foot, your left foot to sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your back knee down. Okay, so as you inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, you can lower down. So this is where you might want to use your blocks underneath your elbows, coming down from lizard pose. It's a half malasana. And then just finding length here in the back of the neck, finding length through your lower and middle back. Take an inhale as you come back up to your hands. And as you exhale, stepping your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So finding that malasana. Breathing here. Okay, so as you inhale, we're going to start to come out the back side of your pose. So take a little seat, and then just like we did at the very beginning of class, you can find this supported Navasana. You could just kind of take any amount here, hold for one breath, and as you exhale, release your feet hip distance, release your hands behind you shoulder distance. Inhale, lift up, reverse tabletop. Okay, exhale, lower the hips, Navasana. Inhale, set up for reverse tabletop and lift up. One more time, lower down, Navasana. Good, lower down, release the feet, release the hands, tabletop. This time we're going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down, Navasana. This time we're going to hold it in your boat pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's move through a vinyasa. You can also just step back to down dog. You can step or hop through plank, lower chaturanga or belly. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And as you exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe here, steady things out from the inside. And on your inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, bring your left knee to your chest and find that hover and just hold here for 3, 2, 1. And then step that left foot through, rising up, high lunge. So remember, if you have a sore lower back, you can take that micro bend in your back knee. If you want to work on strengthening the legs, you can start to bend that back knee a little bit more. And then squeeze the inner thighs to hug towards the midline. Maybe bring the palms together and lift your gaze towards the thumbs for 3, 2, and as you exhale, release your hands to frame your left foot. Inhale, sweep your left hand to sky. Breathe here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release this left hand down. And as you inhale, start to shift into your left foot. Okay, power up this back leg, standing split. And I can tell my left glute is a little bit sore today from the gym yesterday. So just go easy. Whatever you're working with, just breathe and breathe. Be present without pushing or forcing. I promise you, you'll start to actually notice there's an intelligence in your body that will guide you as you listen and pay attention. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale as you lift your gaze, look forward. Exhale, take a big step to the back of your mat. And as you inhale, walk your hands to face this upper right-hand corner for, you got to take your back foot to warrior 2. So simultaneously, take your back foot to warrior 2 as you walk your hands up here to this upper right-hand corner for a humble warrior 2. Remember, you are doing little to no weight in your arms. Your legs are super powered up. If you need to shorten the distance between the back and the front foot so that your back leg can really help you, you can step that back foot a little closer. And as you inhale, begin to walk your way around to the right, all the way to the top of your mat. Lower your back knee down. And as you inhale, sweep your arms high. Find that low lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you prayer twist to the right, hook that left elbow, and breathe here. As you inhale, look forward. Exhale, release the hands. So watch what we're going to do. Tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. Okay, root your hands down. Inhale, sweep your front leg, your right leg to sky. Inhale. And as you exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand and then lower your back knee down. So here comes that lizard again, and you can use your blocks under your hands. You can use your blocks under your elbows. Let's take an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, coming down into it. Breathe here. It's very important to establish a deep, very quality, mindful way of breathing here. So pay attention when your breath gets shallow. Pay attention when you kind of go into fight or flight. Remember that we are actually recalibrating the nervous system here on the mat. So however we typically respond in life, we're starting to do that differently here on the mat so that when we go out into our lives, we're doing it different there too. Okay, so when you start to feel yourself get short of breath or maybe get into a little thinky in your head or get a little fight or flight, just coming back to that steady breath. Okay, on your inhale, come back to your hands. Exhale to step your left foot to the outside of your left hand, and then we lower all the way down to Malasana. So if you want to throw an arm balance in here at this point, that could be a good option. You're just going to root the hands, start to lift the tailbone, anchor the knees here to the backs of the arms, and then we root down through the hands as you rise up through the chest. So you stay buoyant in the collarbones, and then you're able to float the feet. Coming back to your squat if you took your arm balance, and then we'll come out again the back side of the pose. Amazing, good job. So just take a moment, maybe find a butterfly, just kind of let the hands relax, catch your breath. And we'll find that Navasana. So just one breath in Navasana, one breath in reverse tabletop. Take a deep breath in. And then reverse tabletop, feet hip distance, hands shoulder distance. We inhale up. And coming back to Navasana. And reverse tabletop. Last time Navasana. Reverse tabletop. This time we're going to hold it up. Inhale up for 5. If it feels okay in your neck, you can drop the head back. 4, really opening up that throat chakra. As you exhale, release down. Navasana. This time we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2. As you exhale, you can take a vinyasa or you can step your way back to downward facing dog or child's pose. Coming back to downward facing dog, just steady things out here, breathe. All right, let's add on to that sequence, shall we? And on your inhale, take your right leg to sky. We'll exhale, let the knees start to bend, let the hips start to open. Now you might flip the dog from here. You might let your left elbow come down and flip the dog from your forearm. So traditional wild thing, or you can lower that left forearm to the mat. So you just want to be mindful of your shoulder for 3, 2, 1. So nice and easy. We're going to come back to that three-legged down dog. And as you exhale, take your right knee to your to your chest, and then hover, hold for 3, 2, 1. Step to the top of your mat with your right foot. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. You can exhale, stay here, or bend your back knee and find some strength for 3, 2. As you exhale this time, find warrior 3. Stepping it back, high lunge, inhale. As you exhale, opening up warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow can start at the right thigh, left arm over. If you're feeling like you've got enough space, you can take the right hand down to the outer right foot, maybe to the mat, maybe to a block, and hold here. 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, humble warrior 2. Hands are going to walk up here to this upper left hand corner. Bow your head. And then walking your hands to the left as you inhale, start to pivot your right toes in, and then pivot your left toes out, bending into this left knee. Okay, Skandasana. I oftentimes like to open the arms for just a moment here. Okay, you can take the diagonal. I like to even press this left elbow to the inside of the knee and then extend the arm for 3. Maybe finding the bind here. And as you inhale, start to release all of that. Spin your way around towards the back of your mat and lower your back knee down. Okay, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, prayer twist to the left. So this time you might even tuck your back toes and lift your back leg. Let's take another inhale as you start to gaze forward. Now as you exhale, release your right hand, start to pivot to the knife edges of your feet and stack your left foot to the inside of your right leg. You might even catch your big toe and find the extended leg variation. For 3, 2. As you exhale, come to your plank pose and pull your left knee to the outer left tricep and hold for 3, 2, 1, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Okay, inhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Find your malasana. Inhale, press through your feet and come all the way up to stand. And as you exhale back to your squat, we're going to come out the back side of the pose and lie all the way down onto your back. And this time setting up for a wheel pose. So we can take our modified wheel and simply set the hands up by the hips, okay? Feet hip distance. You can even lift the hips and slide your block right underneath this low part of your spine, and you can rest on a block. So either you come up for your low wheel, okay? You can take the hands underneath you and interlace the fingers. You can also come up for that high full wheel. We get another shot at this, so I'll take full wheel on that second shot, but you're welcome to take it here for 5, 4, 3, 2. As you exhale, lower down. Take your feet as wide as your mat and then let your knees tick-tock left and right. So you're going to get a little twist and a little hip stretch, left and right. One more time. Left and right. And then hug those knees into your chest. So you can just give yourself a little squeeze here, and then we'll start to give some little rock and rolls along the spine. And then you could even try a little balance as you come up and see if you can hover into the boat pose, Navasana, for 5, 4, 3, 2. As you exhale, moving through your vinyasa, you can step, walk, or jump back. You can also just slowly walk your way back to down dog. And then stay here in down dog, breathe here, 5. You're also welcome to take child's pose. Okay, we'll do that on the other side. So on the inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, let the knee bend, let the hip open. Now, remember, you can flip your dog right from here. You could just lower that right elbow and work the 3-legged dog here. Or maybe you'll try your flip dog with the right elbow down. Little non-traditional style here. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly and mindfully start to come on back to that 3-legged dog. So left leg is lifted. Exhale, bring your left knee to your chest. Find that hover. Hold here. 3, 2, 1. Step it through. Good. High lunge. Inhale to rise. So option to start to bend into that back knee. Find a little extra strength. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, sweeping the arms back, warrior 3. Get a big step to the back of your mat. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. As you inhale, finding your reverse warrior. Exhale, coming into your extended side angle, and maybe you come here today with that left elbow resting. Okay, maybe you release the hand to the block or the floor outside the left foot. And watch what I just did. See, my stance was too far apart. I was slipping and my back leg wasn't able to hold me. So I had to shorten my stance a little bit. Okay, fingertips are reaching towards your toes. Let's take a deep breath in. As you exhale, start to walk around to the right. Pivot your left toes in. Pivot your right toes out and then start to bend into your right knee. So even if you just bend a little bit into your right knee, you could just stay here. You can bring your hands onto your blocks. So it's more of like a side lunge. you could come to the back of this heel and lower down. It's very important in Skandasana to keep the straight leg very active. Okay, so if you want to extend the arms wide like me, take a big inhale. As you exhale, hook the right elbow to the inside of the right knee and start to create space for that diagonal. Then you're going to extend the right arm and maybe take the bind. As you inhale, start to release the bind if you have it. We're going to come around to face the front of your mat. Exhale, lower the back knee down. Okay, inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, prayer twist to the right, hook that left elbow. So if you like, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back knee and then hold here for 3, 2, 1. Releasing the left hand down, start to pivot to the knife edges of the feet. Okay, extend the right arm up to find side plank variation, and then you can stack the right foot on top, maybe even catch the right big toe and extend the legs. Now, just an option. We're here for 3. As you exhale, come back towards your plank pose and pull your right knee to your right tricep and hold here for 3, 2, 1. Step to the outside of your right hand. Inhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Exhale, come down into your Malasana. We're going to press our way up to standing. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, come back to your squat. And then come out the back side of your pose, and we're going to lie all the way down. So if you want to take a different variation of your bridge pose this time, this is where you can move into that full wheel, or maybe you took that last round and you're going to modify. Okay, if you're coming into full wheel, hands by the ears. If you're coming into modified or supported, hands by the hips. As you inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale as you make your way in and start to land in the pose. And then breathe to stay here. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, gently lower down. Just let your back go flat here for a moment. You take the feet together, let the knees fall wide. And then lifting the knees to come up to 90 degrees above the hips. Flex your feet a little bit here. So if you have the space, take the arms wide. Okay, if you don't have the space, you can take the arms to scarecrow. Let's take a deep breath in and let the knees fall over here to the left side of your mat. So finding this twist here, this is like my favorite twist. As you're breathing, you're releasing through this diagonal from the hip to the shoulder. Eventually, both the left hip is on the floor and the right shoulder. Eventually, it might not be happening just yet. Happens over time. And as you inhale, bring your way back through neutral, back through center. Exhale, knees over to the other side of the mat. So over to the right. I'm going to scoot over in case I'm coming out the frame here. Make sure you're looking in the opposite direction. So either you look straight to the sky, okay, or if the knees are pointed to the right, you're going to look over to the left. And then flood this shape with your breath. Flood it with presence. As you inhale, bring your knees back to neutral. And as you exhale, just take a little squeeze of the knees towards the chest. And we're going to come into figure 4. So crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, go ahead and hug that left leg in. Start to draw the legs more and more toward you until you're feeling the nice amount of feedback in this right outer hip. So if you're feeling like you're wanting a deeper stretch here, you can cradle that right knee into that right elbow crease, cradle that that right foot into the left elbow crease, bind the fingers, and then either release the left foot down with your knee bent, or you can extend your left leg down. Take one more breath. As you exhale, gently, gently release all of that. Okay, so extend that right leg and that left leg for just a moment. Take a big full body stretch. As you exhale, release the hands and bend the knees. Crossing that left ankle over that right thigh, and then hug the legs in. So any amount here, if you feel like, so this is the glute, the glute that's sore for me. So I'll go a little easier on this side than I did on the other side, but binding that right elbow crease around the left foot, and the left elbow crease around the knee. You can stabilize with just the right foot down, or stay here in traditional figure 4, or of course extend the right leg down. I'm not going to do that because my left glute is way too sore for that. We're here for 3. 2. And exhale, release all of that. Take a big full body stretch. And finding a happy baby, catching the outer feet. Let the knees move toward the floor. Sometimes I even really like to straighten the legs almost all the way or all the way. Just kind of play in between a bent knee variation and a straight leg variation. And then slowly release yourself down. So we're just going to come right into final rest here. Extend the legs. Let the arms find a place either by your sides or on the body, just to find some breath here. Enjoying the fruits of your practice. I'll call you back in just a couple of minutes. Just taking a nice deep breath in. And sigh it out. Start to shake out your hands and wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. You can take a nice full body stretch. Just walking your feet up until your knees are bent, giving yourself a little roll onto the right side of your body until you can rest on the inside of your right arm. And pressing your way up to a seat. Coming into a nice, comfortable seat. We'll close by just taking the palms to the heart and bowing the head. Just a reminder that humility is the beginning of wisdom. So if there are things happening in your life right now that are really humbling you, or if things happen today that are really humbling you, just remember this is a form of divine intervention, and it comes when it's time to let go of certain things, when it's time to grow in our wisdom, when it's time to step into that next best version of ourselves. So embrace it. Yeah, embrace it. Okay, let's close with the sound of Om. Let's take a deep breath in together. Bowing our heads forward. Just taking a moment to bless these bodies in this day, blessing our families, blessing the opportunities that may come disguised as obstacles today. Blessing it all, pronouncing it good, we say thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Make sure you leave a comment if you want to share anything or have any questions. Remember, I've left the links below if you want to join me in my online platform if you're not already there to have 24-hour access to all my classes. And if you want to get that 7-day chakra balancing energy reset program, it's absolutely free. I think it's a really good thing to do at any time of the year, but especially when we're changing seasons. So that link is here as well. Let me know how that goes. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks for being here. And until next time, bye for now.